Okay, today is a video that has been requested by several people on my Instagram. Today we're going to discuss how to root your Android device. Now, if you wish to bot on either Madden Mobile or NBA Live Mobile, you must have a rooted Android or jailbroken iOS device. Now, I only know Android devices, and that's what all my videos are going to be about. Android. I don't know iOS at all. If you want to find that, just find somebody on Instagram or something that does iOS botting. Now, what you need to root a phone is actually very simple. It can either be done by a one-touch rooting app, or it can be, or if it can't work with a one-touch rooting app, it must be done on a PC. So I'm going to just discuss a few of those methods with you today. Let's go on to our first app. Now this is the app that I personally enjoy the most. I like KingRoot. I feel like it works really well for me. It's worked for several devices, and I have no reason to say bad things about it. And this may not be the one that most people recommend, but I have not seen much of a difference between this and the alternative one that most people recommend. This one gives me good access and it works for most devices. This phone I'm on right now cannot be rooted with anything, PC or app. And when it happens like that, it will show not adaptable yet. But if it does work, then it's going to show a screen that says try to root, and you press that and it just goes the percentage. And sometimes it works, but if it does not, then you should go on to these other methods I will discuss now. I'll move on to the next app. This is KingoRoot. Now, this is the app that most people actually recommend. I personally see no difference between KingoRoot and KingRoot. They say that KingoRoot has more devices that you can root with, but I've never found a device that can be rooted with KingoRoot that can't be rooted with KingRoot. Now, you can really choose either of these if you want to try to root your device, but if neither of these work, then there's one more app that you can try. Let's move on to that app now. This is TowelRoot. Now, TowelRoot is more toward the older devices. Now, it says down here, right here, that it works, that it works for any phone before June 3rd, 2014. And that's why this is more toward the older devices. Now, I think it works for the newer devices to a point, but not near as well. So if you have an older device, this will probably be the best app for you to try to use. Now after that, there really isn't many other one-touch apps that you can use for this. And I'll move on to pretty much your only method left. When you can't root with any of the one-touch root apps, this is pretty much your only method left. You just need to Google how to root your phone. And you'll find some pretty good stuff. Now, me personally, I like using this website right here. It's XDA Developers website because it has some really smart people that are on it and they look at the forums. And they can tell you some good stuff about this app, about how to root your phone. And me personally, this phone I'm using, it can't be rooted with anything. So I've read through all this and tried it, it doesn't work. So you may have a phone that cannot be rooted, and if your phone does not root, then you can't bot on it. You need to try to find another device if you still wish to bot. But after using those apps, if it doesn't work, then you need a PC and you need to try this. Usually you're going to need to pretty much have several things to be able to root if it works on PC. You're usually going to need to have the drivers installed for your certain phone. Most PCs nowadays automatically install the drivers when you connect your phone to your PC. You also need to have several things enabled. I'll show you that now. Okay, now if you wish to root your device using a PC, you have to do this. Now go down to About Phone. And then you gotta find somewhere there where it says build number. I think mine's in software info. And then you're just gonna need to click this until it says you are a developer. I'm already have developer options enabled, so it's not gonna do it for me. But just click build number until it says that. It should be around, I think, 8 clicks. And then you go down to developers options, which is right here. And you have to go down to USB debugging, and you have to click it. And press OK. When it does this, you can now use your computer to help root your phone. And then you just really got to find whatever tutorial you found, and you got to root it that way. So if you have a Samsung device, you're gonna need to have a thing called Odin. It's a program, and it's how you flash any firmware onto a Samsung device. Pretty much the technology behind rooting a phone with a PC is you're gonna need to flash a firmware, which is just the stock Android, and it usually has to be a different version of Android, or it has to be a custom firmware that is already rooted. It gets really technical when you have to root with a PC, and it's really hard to explain. I can help you to the best of my knowledge, and I've done it with several phones, but to a point, it may not work for you. And if you find that your device cannot be rooted, then you just gotta find a new device. That's it for this video, really. Like, subscribe, and comment if you really think this helps. My next videos will be about botting. My next video will be showing how to make a bot.